Welcome to Robertland. That's right, your favorite fast food, not safe for work comedy theme park podcast.
It's a mouthful.
It's a lot, guys, but it's exciting because Rossco Soletrain's in the building.
Well, what's up? What's up, Robert?
What is up, dude?
Man, it's been a long time.
I know, man. It feels like just earlier today that I saw you.
It's in my soul.
It's in your soul, and it takes control, man. Yeah, I'm excited, man.
Me too.
This episode is all about Coffee Bean. Man, I'm really
you're
jonesing.
You're not excited like I'm excited.
I think I'm very curious.
I'm a coffee man.
Yeah, you are a coffee guy. I
definitely
am Amish when it comes to coffee.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it exists.
Yep.
You just don't fuck with it.
No.
I mean, we got you the sweetest thing on the menu, and that's how far you got with it.
Yeah.
That far,
dude.
But before we get into the coffee bean, we're talking about the coffee bean tea and leaf.
Yes.
Which is the full name of what we call in Los Angeles either coffee bean or the coffee bean.
Or the bean.
Yeah, or the coffee.
Yeah.
Or the. But before we get into that, we got to get into my favorite segment.
Your favorite segment. A theme
park minute
with fast food minute.
I'm a creature of destruction.
Habit. It's all right. Yeah, it's a fast food minute with Zack Hillman.
Enjoy.
This is Fast Food Minute with Zack Hillman.
KFC had... What happened to my voice? Oh man, it must be that puberty going around. I thought I already went to puberty. Oh well. I am totally Zack Hillman. And just so you know, KFC ads are not exaggerating when claiming the 11 herbs and spices used to season their chicken. They are top secret. There are 2 separate plants that create half of the mixture, and then a computer does the mixing, ensuring that no single location has the full recipe. Or their porno passwords.
Fuck, man. Love that. That was good.
That was good.
Yeah.
It tickled my pickle real good.
Mm-hmm. We were tickling each other's pickles underneath the table. You just couldn't see it because we cropped this image a little bit just so it fits better on the screen.
We had to do it real quick.
Yeah. It was quick because it's a minute.
Yeah. So,
but, man, we're here, Robert.
Yeah. So, dude, Coffee Bean, Starbucks is the...
Shit.
It's the evil empire of
Starbucks
coffee
is
places.
shit. Let's get real.
Yeah, and so this is kind of cool because, our theme has been California-based restaurants, whatever. So
California-based food chains.
Yeah, chains. And so Coffee Bean, I had no idea it started in Los Angeles.
Yeah, sure did.
So Coffee Bean is an L.A.
staple.
Yeah.
But moreover, in the United States, the reason why there is a coffee culture, because would you say that there's a coffee culture?
Oh yeah, there's Java heads.
Yeah, like
right?
I would say. So the first person I ever met that was quote unquote a coffee snob was my dad, and my dad was very specific about where he got his beans, what kind of beans he got. He never strayed away from Grafeo's Coffee in San Rafael, California. There used to be 3 locations. Now there's only 2. There used to be Newport Beach, San Rafael, and San Francisco. Now San Francisco, San Rafael. They roast their own beans in-house, and they've been doing it, I think, since the 80s. The Grafeo's Coffee does not sell you cups of coffee. They only sell beans. And they're awesome. And that's kind of what got me into coffee. And there was a few little smaller coffee chains up in the Bay Area where I'm from, mainly Deaf Dog Coffee. None of this stuff would have existed. None of the coffee culture in the United States would have existed if it wasn't for the coffee bean. And I'll get into that.
Wow.
But it's true. So apparently, we'll get into the history of it, but I am definitely a coffee dude. I love coffee. I love good coffee. I love it.
Will you be buried with coffee?
I would love to be.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I was going to that would be a great idea if I just got buried in coffee beans.
Or they can make you into coffee.
Fuck yeah, and roast me up.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it would be a hearty, hefty roast, but yeah, maybe it would be filled with urine.
Who knows? Dude?
I don't know, man. I don't know. What am I made of? I think I'm mainly filled with piss.
Yeah, piss, dude.
Yeah, I feel like I'm filled with piss right now.
All this coffee.
Yeah, dude. Well, and right now I'm drinking coffee bean. I'm drinking the Bali roast from the coffee bean. I actually picked up another half pound today of one of their reserve blends, which is the first time I've seen a reserve blend at a coffee bean. That being said, let's just break into the history because, like I said, there wouldn't be coffee culture, the coffee culture was changed in the United States because of Herb Hyman and his wife, Mona.
Hmm.
So let's get into it. So,
Lay it on me, Javi.
yeah,
Daddy,
man.
yo.
Yeah, man. So Herb Hyman and his wife, Mona, who was originally from Sweden, went on their honeymoon to Sweden, and that introduced Herb to good coffee and European coffees. And
Yeah, have a cup.
yeah. So coffee, which we'll get into some weird facts later that you're going to
Some
read. over
Viking
me.
coffee, dude.
Well, that's the thing. So the introduction to good coffee sparked a big idea for Herb. And so in September of 1963 in Los
September
Angeles.
11th.
Yep, exactly. That was the date. The first location of the Coffee Bean opened up in Brentwood at the Country Market, and it was designed to both serve and educate the patrons on what high quality coffee was all about. So they were going and they were sourcing beans from different countries and really super into it and created a whole culture around it. They had their own roaster on hand, and they basically just sold bags of beans. And it was just coffee beans at that point in time. In 63, that was not commonplace in the United States at all. So because of the location and the dedication to quality, they were able to attract a high-profile clientele of celebrities and also Los Angeles elite. Like Johnny Carson was one of their big people, Jacques Cousteau. There was a bunch of them. Anyway, by the late 70s, they had expanded to 10 locations. During this time period, they added exotic teas to their menu. But weirdly, in the 70s, 90% of their sales, kind of like Grafeo's coffee, 90% of their sales were from coffee beans and exotic tea leaves, and then only 10% of their sales were to-go coffees or coffee that people were consuming there. That was all going to change because in 1987, one of their employees brought a blender to the Westwood location. He mixed ice, coffee extract, and a chocolate powder that paved the way for the Coffee Bean's signature iced blended drink, which is what you got earlier today. You got a white chocolate one. My favorite iced blended drink in the fucking world.
Really good, yeah.
Because of this one drink, the Coffee Bean became the largest, at the time, the largest coffee chain in the United States. The ice blended drink was also created 8 years before Starbucks introduced the Frappuccino. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's the fucking horse shit that they mix up in a goddamn blender at fucking Starbucks.
The Frappuccino?
Yeah,
okay.
Frappuccino.
Yeah, Frappuccino.
Yeah, fucking pieces of shit. They stole the idea. So, and also the Coffee Bean predates Starbucks as well.
Wow. I had no idea that it was this, like, monumental historical spot.
Yeah, man.
What was the original location you said? Brentwood?
Westwood.
Westwood.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry, Brentwood. Yeah,
Is
Brentwood.
it still there?
I don't know. I don't think it is.
Because that's a special. This is a very special place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big time. It is.
Yeah.
It's very special.
Yeah.
I mean, think about like what coffee has turned into in the United States since the Coffee Bean. Really,
They're like the Silk Road of coffee for America,
dude.
right? Like
and a lot of man.
Yeah.
They were like they were fucking Herb and his wife were into it.
You think Alan
Big time.
Skimper, all those like beatniks were there, like
Why not?
yeah.
Yeah. Who knows?
Hitting a bongo about the
you would-
Vietnam War,
Dude, you
know.
would think like everybody would probably have come through there at one point in time.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, especially during that time period. Like,
So at this point, in where you're at in the history, did they open more stores?
so they were, yeah. So throughout the 70s and 80s, they kept opening up stores. In 87, they opened up, or they did the ice blended drink. In 1991, Starbucks was expanding to Los Angeles, and their CEO of Starbucks tried to buy all the Coffee Bean locations. Hyman told them to go fuck themselves. But weirdly, when they introduced Starbucks locations to the Los Angeles area, it actually drove up the sales for Coffee Bean.
Whoa, that's
So I
weird.
think what it did was that everybody was excited about Starbucks, and then they were like, oh, well, here's a Los Angeles staple. Let's check them out. And then people very soonly realized that the quality of Coffee Bean was way better than it was at Starbucks. In 1996, Hyman sold the Asian rights to the chain to the Sassoon brothers, who quickly opened up more locations outside of the United States than Hyman had opened up stateside. 2 years later, the brothers purchased, in 1998, the Coffee Bean in its entirety, and then they went global with it.
So the Sassoon brothers bought the whole thing.
They bought the whole thing, yeah.
They broke his hymen.
They
It's
did,
like,
yeah.
wow,
They popped his hymen.
Yeah, to sell it.
But
all.
you think about it, like, you know, they had been running the chain for, 30 years at this point? 34 years?
Yeah, a long
So,
time.
I mean, it's time to fucking pack it up, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you've made your money, and now you have an opportunity to retire and make fuckloads of money.
Yeah.
I would do it too. And I would say that during that time period, the Sassoon brothers, I would say they did a really good job of expanding it in the Los Angeles area and really keeping up the quality. So after that, recently, on July 24th, 2019, Jollibee bought Coffee Bean.
Jollibee.
Jollibee, yeah.
Wow.
So they bought it because they wanted to expand they wanted to kind of branch out into different realms. And yeah, man, so Jollibee owns Coffee Bean now.
You know where the Jollibee headquarters is?
Where?
Well, in
El Monte?
America, West Covina.
Oh, West Covina,
You
yeah.
see it on the freeway.
Can you?
Yep. Well, if you ever go to Pomona, maybe. Yeah, it's on the 10. It's off
Do you
the
like
10.
Jollibee?
I haven't eaten it. There was one in Chino Hills, and it closed. It was there for like a good couple of years.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that's
I'm
a
surprised it
Filipino,
closed.
yeah.
There's always people outside the fucking door.
There is. They have a following.
Yeah. For those who don't know who what Jollibee is, it's a Filipino fast food chain that came to America.
Yep.
They serve spaghetti with hot dogs.
And hot dogs.
Yeah, it's like sweet spaghetti with hot dogs.
Yeah, very unique.
Fried
dishes.
chicken and mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah.
And it's like KFC mashed potatoes and gravy. It's like real fucking, like a watery mashed potato. That's what they do.
So are we gonna find some unique coffee flavors now? Or?
I mean, I would say that there always has been unique coffee flavors in
That's
Coffee
true.
Bean. But as of today, there's over 1,100 locations in 32 countries. The coffee house that introduced the world to the ice blended has started right here in Los Angeles. Go figure.
Wow.
So, let's just talk about our experiences at Coffee Bean. When was the first time you ever had Coffee Bean?
You know, it's funny because I remember there was like a time when coffee has always been a thing, right? Growing up, well, our parents would drink coffee, whatever. But
and then when we when we were in bands and stuff, like we always, I felt like every band would always end up at a coffee shop.
yeah, getting coffee, totally.
Yeah.
But there was a time when I was a kid when coffee chains kind of it was so big that as a 10-year-old I was aware of this phenomenon.
Right.
And it was the Starbucks in the mid 90s.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird how things work because sometimes there's something that'll come first, influence people, then the people that influenced will take it to this other level, and then the people that started it kind of ride that wave.
Sure.
And I think that's what happened where Starbucks was this phenom in the mid 90s, blowing up everywhere, coming everywhere, and it was like a big thing. It was on the news. Everyone was just aware of Starbucks. It was like in the mid 90s. I remember it being so huge.
Yeah.
But Coffee Bean, Seattle's best, started popping up in Chino Hills, but Coffee Bean in Chino Hills, I think may have been the first time that I had it. And it's funny because even with me, with how limited I am with anything from a coffee spot.
Yeah. Because you don't drink coffee at all.
No, it's very rare, and it's usually espressos. I've had a mocha before here and there, but I don't fuck with it. But I do love hot cocoa at these spots, and it's funny because Coffee Bean is that good that even the hot chocolate to me is superior than all the other coffee chains.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is good hot coffee or hot cocoa. Yeah, but
I feel like you can smell when you walk into a Coffee Bean. I always can smell the white chocolate and the chocolate powder in the fucking air.
yeah.
Do you feel that way?
Yes,
That's strange.
it's immediate. And actually, our buddy Evan, he worked at Coffee Bean for a while.
Yeah.
And he served My Chemical Romance one time, and their tour manager, I guess, was getting on him about hey, come on, pick it up. It was a funny experience. But yeah, I mean, everyone loves fucking coffee, dude.
Yeah.
So there's money to be made, and Coffee Bean is still going strong, I guess. Right? It's
They were having some issues when they sold in 2019.
Oh.
Apparently, the company was starting to lose market share. Who fucking knows, man?
Yeah.
With all that bullshit. But apparently, they were struggling for a minute. But I feel like they've since kind of stabilized. Every time I go to a Coffee Bean, because in Los Angeles, I'm gonna take Coffee Bean over any other coffee chain. I don't give a fuck what it is. Pete's, Starbucks, Mi Terra is another one that's locally
yeah,
around here.
yeah.
I do like them too. But I'm going to take Coffee Bean because I know that the people behind the counter always care about the drinks. Same with Pete's too, but Coffee Bean, moreover.
When did you first have it?
So I first had the Coffee Bean in Hollywood on a little mini tour I was on with this band I was playing with in probably 2004, 2003 in Hollywood, right down the street from the Comedy Store. And because there's one, I don't even know if it's there anymore. It might be a Starbucks now, but it was a Coffee Bean, and there was it was like right down the way from the Laugh Factory on Sunset. And I was there, and I ran into who's now the booker at the Laugh Factory, Jay Davis.
Oh, Jay Davis, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ran into him, who I had recently seen in a show in San Francisco, and I started shooting the shit with Jay Davis, and it was weird because Jay was like trying to practice bits and shit on me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
At the Coffee Bean.
Yeah, at the Coffee Bean.
Yeah.
At least it kind of seemed like that. I ended up talking to the guy for probably a solid half an hour.
And at that time, he was touring with Dane Cook and stuff.
It was after the tour with Dane Cook, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, so he was like, he was pretty recognizable, especially with the HBO show that he was on and stuff.
Yeah.
And so, the Tourgasm show. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I ran into Jay Davis, and I remember thinking it was awesome. I think I ordered 2 drinks. I ordered a nice blended, like a caramel ice blended, and I also ordered a cup of coffee. And I remember knowing how much better it was than Starbucks, and thinking that too. I maybe because of my dad, like my palate for coffee is, I've always experienced good coffee, so it kind of, I don't know. I think that I've always recognized a good cup of coffee. A lot of people don't give a shit about the coffee they drink; they'll just take whatever. Me personally, like, I don't like a lot of shitty coffees. I don't like a lot of like super highly caffeinated coffees that are like a lighter roast. And people don't realize the lighter the roast, the higher the acidity level, and also the higher the caffeine content.
Oh, really?
Yeah, darker roast is going to have a richer and darker flavor, less caffeine, less acid.
You always think of darker as like
You would think it would be like
heavier or
yeah,
something.
or like more.
Yeah.
No, it's the lighter roasts that have the most caffeine.
Wow.
And a lot of times, like places like Dunkin' or like shitty coffee places, they'll disguise their shit coffee with like French vanilla flavored or hazelnut flavored. I don't really fuck with that shit. If I'm gonna have a sweet drink, I'll fuck with an ice blended if I'm gonna have one, especially the white chocolate one at the Coffee Bean. I would get that. Like, that shit is bomb. But like, I'm not gonna get like a French vanilla flavored coffee. It just tastes like fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's like too light of a roast. I get it for the caffeine content. I understand, like, yeah, cool, like you're gonna get jacked up, but for the most part, I ain't gonna fuck with the light roast. I'm going dark roast all the time. I want to taste that shit.
Yeah. So with Coffee Bean, all these growing up, you would have that spot that your dad would go to, right?
Yeah. Well, the Grafeos.
Grafeos.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did they expand at all? Or
No, they just have the 2 locations.
Oh, okay.
And they
cool.
roast everything in house right there. They do not sell coffee. They at one point in time, because I think my dad was like friends with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
At one point in time, they gave me a cup of coffee in there because they were making it in the back, but they don't sell coffee at all. Kind of like how Coffee Bean started.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that, in a lot of respects, that kind of came from the foundation of what Coffee Bean laid in the 60s, and they brought it up.
When did the sweet tea leaf thing come about?
Oh, so they just expanded on their menu. I think that they kept. I'm sure. I guarantee there was so many customers that were like, "Oh, do you guys do teas? I don't drink coffee. Do you guys do teas?" And they were like, "Why the fuck aren't we doing teas? Like, we could totally take this concept of like, having these different beans from different places, and we could do the same thing with tea. So that's where the name, the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, came from. It originally was just the Coffee Bean, and now no one ever is going to call it, "Oh, do you want to go to the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf?" You're just going to call it the Coffee Bean.
Yeah. Man, yeah.
So that was the first time I had the Coffee Bean, and then when I moved to Los Angeles, when I needed beans, I would normally get my beans from Coffee Bean until my friend Akil, who worked at Starbucks, he would always hook me up with pounds of coffee, and he would always give me the reserve blends from Starbucks, which is like their fucking expensive shit. So Akil would always hook it up, which was fucking awesome. So it's very good, But I still love the Coffee Bean. I buy their beans to this day. My dad moved out of the Bay Area, so he's not getting me Grafeos anymore. So I'm back to the coffee bean. Full circle, man.
Yeah, dude. What did you get today? What blend was that?
Today I got an iced coffee with almond milk, and then we were gonna drink it. I was gonna drink it on the pod, but then we ran late, so I just slugged it down. But now I'm drinking a hot cup of the Bali.
The Bali. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. What's in that?
Coffee, dark roast coffee. Yeah.
No Bollywood stars or
just balls. It's just all balls.
Okay.
Yeah, just dip my fucking nuts in there, and it's good.
Dude, yeah, I don't know. I did enjoy this, man. You kind of broke through. Yes, I didn't finish it, but I had 2 sodas.
Yeah.
I was kind of in a big sandwich.
Right, and I kind of like what I said to Robert earlier about, because he was drinking. What were you drinking earlier?
Well, I had root beer.
Yeah, you had root beer. So he's drinking root beer, and I feel like when you're drinking sugary drinks, and then you move to another sugary drink with a flavor profile that you don't quote unquote like, or not quite used to, all you're gonna taste is, you're not gonna taste the sweetness. You're just gonna taste the coffee.
You know what I need to do, because I'm not used to it, is get just super high. Maybe restrain, have me chained up in my room, to not be able to just have anything
butt
else.
chug it.
Yeah, and I'll just be standing there, and then when I get really high, I'll just probably consume the whole thing. Like just come up and tease me a little bit, like with a straw, while I'm there, and just like slap me in the face if I'm not.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll probably finish it.
I think
quick.
that so I mean, I think coffee is a flavor that like when you're a kid, you're like, ugh. Like, I like Coca-Cola. But I think that as you get older and you start to like, I mean, fuck, dude, when I was a kid, I never liked coffee. And I remember going to coffee shops. There was this place called Def Dog Coffee in my hometown that just eventually fell to shit. But Def Dog was like where you would go. Like, it was like the cool hipster coffee shop. And I remember just getting a cup of coffee and pouring out half of it, filling the rest up with sugar and milk, just so I could like stomach the taste. And then when I started going to beauty school in my teenage years, when I was like 18, 19, I would force feed myself coffee every morning. And then it got to a point where I really started to enjoy it. It was like I don't even remember when it was, but after maybe about a month, I really started to enjoy the flavor of coffee and strong coffee. And then it just became something that I drank all day long. Like, I'm one of those people that drinks, like, my coffee hour ends at 8 o'clock at night. I will pour my last cup at 8.
When did, has there ever been a time where you've taken a break from coffee?
Yes, there was a time.
What made you, I'm curious about that.
So I was having, like, severe stomach issues where I was on stomach medication where it was like, and it wasn't working. I was on, like, a double dose of Prilosec nothing was helping my stomach problems. It felt like I had ripped a hole in my stomach right here. And everything I ate, everything I drank just burned constantly. And it got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse to the point where, like, every day I woke up and I was in extreme pain. I mean, it was fucking bad. It's weird when you have stomach pains and stomach problems, people can't see it on you. So they basically look at you like you're a fucking pussy. And so, yeah, I was fucked up for a while. Stomach medication wasn't working. They told me to stop drinking coffee. So I stopped drinking coffee for probably about maybe a month and a half. And then I went on one of those diets where you eliminate one thing from your life to see what helps with your condition. And I stopped eating bread and pasta. And then my stomach started feeling better. So I went on a gluten-free diet for years after that. And I mean, all the way up until recently, I was totally gluten-free for forever because my stomach was in constant pain. Some people have these issues from dairy, soy, corn. For me, bread. I was eating bread and pasta, and whatever my stomach condition was, all that gluten was affecting that. So now that my stomach's healed itself, I feel better. But
I'm glad you're feeling better, dude.
Yeah, that month where I wasn't drinking coffee, all I wanted was fucking coffee.
Yeah, I was going to say, so people consume a fuck ton of coffee. Is there a way to look? I just want to see.
I got some fun facts that have.
Is there some facts? Okay, yeah. I wonder how much coffee, like how much people spend on coffee in America.
I don't know about that, but there is some other fun facts here. So when you want to scroll, just use 2 fingers. Okay, here you go.
That's what she said.
Hello.
Or he said. Or they said.
Yeah, that
or
yeah.
Zed said.
Well, right said, Fred.
Or right said, Fred. Okay. Oh my God, dude! I fucked it up, man.
Oh, boy.
I don't know what happened here.
Let me see. Robert doesn't know how to
Do an
use.
accent. This is a Star Wars character
What
that's
the
of
fuck
a
is going on
non-denomination.
Just go up and down. Okay,
You know what I
that's
realize?
what
You
she
could be
said.
as racist as you want as long as it's a Star Wars character. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like they kind of play into it too.
Like fucking
like
Jar Jar?
Watto.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
sure, yeah.
yeah. Hey, bro,
Yeah.
Annie.
Yeah.
I didn't see you today, and Glendale. No,
I
okay.
think that he owns the body shop down the street here.
yeah, I
in
think
Glendale.
So. Yeah. Oh man.
All right, up and down, and 2 fingers, bro. That's how I like it.
All
you
right,
know
cool.
what I'm saying?
All right. These are some fun coffee facts.
Fun coffee facts for those
you,
at home.
you
Yeah.
Java heads or people that want to get into Java, whatever. The Netherlands consume the most coffee, according to a 20.
Wait, hold on a second. So the Netherlands consume the most coffee?
I guess so.
According to what?
According to Twitter, I have no
Yeah, because
idea.
I'm just thinking if you read it in that voice and we're doing a clips page, people are going to be like, "Fuck this guy."
Okay, all right.
The whole thing, like the Netherlands.
Yeah,
The Robert voice.
yeah, the Netherlands consume the most coffee.
Oh, that's like, dude, you're like a Star Wars character
yeah,
now,
okay,
dude.
all right,
Like,
yeah.
fuck.
The Netherlands, shit. Yeah, man, I put the planet not too, motherfucker.
Yeah.
The Netherlands consume the most coffee. Miso Jar Jar Binks.
Weird.
Yeah, according to a 2020 study,
Uh-huh.
the Netherlands were said to consume the most coffee per capita with a whopping 8.3 kilograms.
I wonder if they're because a lot of these European countries will do a lot of instant coffee. So I'm wondering if a lot of that is instant coffee.
I don't know. They were followed by Finland at 7.8 and
Finnish.
Sweden at 7.6. Despite our best efforts, the UK didn't even rank in the top 15.
Oh yeah, because I think this page is for like a UK chain or a UK publication.
Okay.
But yeah, so that makes sense. That's funny. Sweden's up there because that's where Herb and Mona went on their
Oh.
honeymoon and got. That's
Wow.
where they. Yeah.
I didn't know that there was like such a link with fucking Vikings and coffee.
Neither did I. But they were pillaging everywhere, so
yeah.
they brought it up there and we're boofing it, dude.
Yeah,
It was a whole
dude.
thing. Viking boofing coffee. It's
I like that, man.
Yeah.
Ragnar Lothbrok was there.
yeah. It's and so I get and also the Herb and Mona also just didn't go to Sweden. They went on like a European tour and realized that there was bomb coffee all over the place, but they got the idea while they were in Sweden.
Oh, okay. Coffee beans aren't beans. Wow.
Yeah, I think they're berries, right?
Let's see. Contrary to the name, a coffee bean isn't actually a bean. Rather, it's the pit or seed that's found inside of the coffee cherry.
Oh, the cherry. Okay.
Yeah, the bean is removed from the fruit as a part of the harvest process. Because of the shape and size, they're commonly referred to as a bean, but assuming the conditions are right, you could plant one and it could grow a whole new coffee plant.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they look trippy too. It looks like
Berries?
it looks like grapes. Like multicolored grapes and berries. Yeah.
I'm in it.
Very crazy. Yeah, that's not what I expected that to look like at all. I thought it came from like, the coffee bean mole.
I thought that goats ate berries and then shit them out. And then we just
yeah,
ate it. Like,
I
just,
don't know.
and
Yeah.
the piss was coffee.
Yeah, I
It was
guess we weren't thinking the right thing there. Okay, number 3. There's a coffee made from poo. That's right, you heard it. We know that sounds awful, but bear with us. Originating from Indonesia, the kopi luwak is one of the most sought out after coffees in the world.
Is it because of goats eating it? Oh, eating berries?
Yeah, probably. What is a goat? A goat's like a sacred animal, right? In some spots.
Well, they go into weird places. Like goats can like climb mountains and shit, and they could get to weird places that a lot of other animals can't.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's a poo bean.
It's a poo bee, dude. It's produced with the help of the adorable palm civet, who eat the coffee cherries and then pass the beans.
Huh? I wonder if the palm civet is a goat.
I don't know.
It's a
I don't
mountain
know.
goat
That
or
sounds like
something.
a like a bee car, like a.
Oh yeah, totally. Like a what do you call it?
Like a Kirkland brand car,
like a Fiat,
or
like a different.
Fiat.
Yeah,
Yeah. A palm civet.
Yeah.
I guess apparently so. People in Indonesia enjoy this coffee from an animal that shits it out. The unique fermentation process that occurs as the beans travel through the civet's digestive tract is said to offer a smooth finish and a very distinctive flavor to the final brew. Not only is it one of the most bizarre methods of making coffee, but for up to 400 pounds a kilogram. Kopi Luwak is also one of the most expensive coffees available in the world today.
I would totally drink it.
Would you?
Fuck yeah. In a
Damn.
heartbeat.
So do you think it's because, like, those animals can get to, like, just
100%.
magical spots?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yes. Like,
wow.
like they probably travel up to some weird-ass spots that human beings can't.
Yeah.
And fucking...
Get some magic berries.
And I could imagine, like, people would follow around the goats or whatever these animals are.
Do you think that in the
Just wait.
process they might get too excited? Like it's like an ice cream cone machine.
Uh-huh.
And they like open their
Yeah.
mouths and just and wait for the shit with the berries inside to drop in.
I mean, it's like it's straight from the source.
yeah,
so,
straight from the
yeah.
source, dude.
It's probably delicious.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god, so good. He's got like peanuts in his teeth. Yeah, okay. Okay. Number 4, the etymology of the word coffee. The earliest term for the drink of coffee was the Arabic word kwa, which actually referred to a type of wine. The Ottoman Turks then used the term kave, which was followed by the Dutch word koffie, from which the English name was derived in 1582. So it kind of went through some changes there.
I wonder where the name, like when people say cup of Joe, I wonder where that came from.
Yeah, I don't know.
That expression, a cup of Joe.
I don't know. Maybe
Let's-
Joe Biden knows.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Let's go, Joe.
Yeah.
Why people confuse espresso and espresso? Oh, espresso and espresso. The correct pronunciation of espresso is an age-old argument that coffee enthusiasts have been fighting over for years. But as it turns out, those who call it an espresso aren't entirely wrong. The Italian term espresso means expressed or pressed out. This is because espressos are made by forcing very hot water under high water pressure through finely ground coffee beans. So while the correct pronunciation is espresso, you see where people are coming from. If espresso isn't your coffee of choice, why not check out our guide to okay, well, fuck you guys.
Yeah. Buy this shit.
Yeah, buy this shit. Okay. That's cool, though. They offer a blog if you want to look into that. Okay, the world's largest cup of coffee was over 21,000 litres.
Oh,
What's a litre? Is that like French?
liter?
Liters?
Yeah.
Maybe? Oh, yeah, maybe liters.
so that's a lot. That's a lot of 2 liters, brother.
Yeah, it is.
Just imagine if that was all Diet Coke
I'd,
or Mountain Dew. I'm telling you
Mountain
what.
Dew. Yeah, dude. I'd be
like a goddamn river.
My balls would be so small,
Oh,
dude. They'd be
shit.
inside my
Yeah.
body. Wow. Okay. As of
It'd be real nasty if it was Mountain Dew Code Red because that's my favorite flavor. Baja
love-
Blast, fuck all that.
yeah, dude. Code Red. Man.
Baja, stay in your goddamn lane,
yeah,
brother.
yeah, man. You ain't welcome here,
I'll tell you what.
dude. I guess as of June 15th, 2019, the largest cup of coffee ever made contained a whopping 22,739.14 litres and was recorded in the Guinness Book of World Records. The cup of coffee was created by Al-Qaeda Municipal.
Al-Qaeda. I'll stop you
Al-Qaeda,
right there.
wow,
Let me tell you
man.
what.
Yeah, this
I'm going
is
to stop you right there, dog.
yeah, I guess it was created in Colombia, and
It's not surprising.
yeah.
Tell
They've
you
got
what, you know what
some
else is
special. They got some special coffee. It keeps you
Yeah.
real well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Okay, people have tried to ban coffee,
Of course they have.
so there was almost a prohibition of coffee. In its early years, there was plenty of different groups across the world that tried to ban our favorite beverage. Typically, it was because coffee's stimulating effect or the particular crowd that it had attracted. Coffee houses fast became a spot for free thinkers to discuss their ideas. One particular instance was in Mecca all the way back in 1511, where the governor feared coffee might unite his opposition. So coffee houses have always been kind of like a beatnik.
Yeah.
Like, that's super old school beatnik, you know.
Yeah, even with Def Dog up north, it was kind of like where all the cool like artists would go. It really went down to shit. Though.
Yeah, I feel like
it was weird.
I feel like a lot of coffee places took on like a more of a VH1 vibe.
Now,
Yeah, it was like really punk rock, and then it just kind of went to like a
well, Starbucks really like they just like stripped the nuts right off it. And I remember when they were selling CDs?
yeah.
I always wanted to steal those, even though the CDs were dog shit. I just always felt the need to steal CDs from Starbucks.
I
I never
like that,
did,
too.
but I always wanted to.
Coffee was discovered by a goat herder, all the way
See,
back.
there's something about goats and coffee that just I don't know.
That's
just
crazy.
ringing my bells over here.
All the way back in the 1500s, it was said that a goat herder in Ethiopia discovered coffee after observing strange behavior in his goats.
It's because they stumbled across a coffee bean tree. They were getting all jacked up, and then they pooped out the beans. And he figured, fuck it, I'm going to rinse these off and roast them, see what happens. Started smelling how good it smelled, and then goat herder Johnny from the fucking, where is it, Ethiopia?
Ethiopia.
Yeah, man, goat herder Johnny from Ethiopia smelt the fucking smells and decided, hey, I'm going to freaking chop this up and snort it, and then look what happened to him.
That's exactly what happened. I guess he had observed their behavior, and he's like, what the fuck is this?
And they start fucking him because he figured that was the first step. You got to fuck him first.
You got to fuck him first. So he fucked the goat first, and then...
Coffee bean got stuck in his dick hole.
Yeah, in his pee hole. It destroyed his urethra in Ethiopia.
But it didn't matter
and
because
it was in there.
He had heroin dick, and it didn't matter.
Yeah, he had heroin in his dick, so it helped. It was easier. But yeah, I guess Johnny Goat Herder from Ethiopia, he found that monks in the area were actually already doing it. They're already making their own coffee.
Yeah.
So those monks in Ethiopia are like OG Java
So they're
heads.
like OG herb from Coffee Bean.
Yep. Okay, wow, this is something that may get me to drink more of these.
Uh-oh.
Coffee helps you live longer.
I'm going to tell you what.
This may be...
Because it came from Jesus Christ in heaven above.
That's right. Jesus, he planted them in the goat's butthole.
He originally had it in Utah. It was not like they say it in Colombia and Ethiopia. I'll tell you what, they were second and third on the list.
I think so, man.
Per usual.
I guess thanks to it being jam-packed with antioxidants, coffee remains one of the healthiest beverages in the world. Of course, if you choose to add cream, sugar, or syrup, then the health factor may be impacted. But otherwise, when
God created those two, brother.
Yeah,
That's all. It's all good.
Yeah, God made all of that, man. He made
diabetes. It's fine.
Diabetes.
That's why I was blessed.
When consumed as a part of a healthy, balanced diet and lifestyle, coffee can help people live longer, happier lives. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Those are some crazy facts.
Great fun facts, Robert. Great job on that.
Thank you,
brother.
Sarah. Yeah, I like to hear what the folks think of that coffee bean that we visited today.
So we went to the Coffee Bean on San Fernando in downtown Burbank, and the reason being is that we were doing we went to the Ike's in Burbank, the Ike's location in Burbank on San Fernando as well. Shout out to Ike's.
Ike's is the best.
They're the best. But so we were right down the street, so we decided to grab Coffee Bean as well. All right, so I'm just going to grab just some random. I'm going to get a good one from this is from Hector S. from Orange County. Hector S. He says, this is last year's review. I hate leaving negative reviews. Well, you sure left a long one. But my experience here was awful. I placed an order ahead of time using the mobile app. I arrived at the time of my order. It was supposed to be ready. It wasn't. It was fairly busy, so it was totally understandable. But after a half an hour of waiting, what a fucking cuck, dude. You're at the Coffee Bean. You're not going to fucking say something? After a half an hour of waiting, my order was finally put together. All orders were getting placed into sealed bags. When mine finally was ready, I confirmed with the employee if everything was in there. 2 drinks and a food item. I get into the car and head off. The food item was missing. I go back to the location, incredibly annoyed at this point. Nobody helped me. After a short while, I decided to leave, as I was severely late for a meeting. Okay, brother, it was at the height of COVID. So your meeting, get the fuck out of here. You were on Skype. You were on Zoom. You were doing your fucking Zoom Skype, slang-a-dingus.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. So I'm going to be calling this location to speak to a manager and try to get a refund for my order. The level of service is so unacceptable. I hope this isn't the norm. It's the first I've ever experienced anything negative at a Coffee Bean location. Very disappointing. So why would you ask if it's the norm if you've never experienced that before? And also, if you're at a Coffee Bean waiting a half an hour, give me a fucking break, bro. Just go up to the front and say, hey, by the way, I made this fucking mobile app. Maybe it went to a different location. However, I got to get to this meeting. I guarantee they're going to help you out. No problem. I don't care if it's busy or not. All you got to do is say, I've been here for like 15 minutes. I ordered this like a half an hour ago. Where is it? Hello? They'll help you out. Come on. You're going to wait that long?
Yeah,
anyway.
That's crazy.
Or if they forget your food item, I guarantee the next time you go back to that location, you can say, hey, last time I was here, this is what I ordered. I didn't get my food item. They're going to be like, no problem. We'll take care of you. it's customer service. That's what they do. They take care of you. I went to Hellhole Starcucks, and they put too much water in my drink and not enough espresso shots. And I went back later on that day and said, "Hey, I ordered this earlier today. It was obviously, you can see it's wrong." And they were like, "No problem," and they made me a new drink. And that was at Starcucks. So Coffee Bean, they want your business. They're not going to fucking, they're not trying to give you a shitty experience there, fuckface. Hector's.
Well, I'm sorry, Hector S., that they didn't meet
Yeah.
your needs. A lot of interesting people out there. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there another negative
Fuck yeah,
one? in
here's
there?
another one here. Liana V from Sherman Oaks. First off, I've been ordering Coffee Bean for years for school and work. I know their menu, cup sizes, and quality. Today, I went with my friend to get 2 medium hazelnut ice blended coffees. Not only was the lady at the counter rude, she kept talking in a demanding voice when I tried to explain what food I wanted and to have it warmed up. In the end, she dropped our blueberry muffin and hit my Danish against her tip jar with her eyes rolling at me. Not only that, but she gave us 2 smalls instead of a medium. Okay, so newsflash here. Ice blendeds. There's 2 sizes of ice blendeds. There's a medium and a large. There is no fucking small, you idiot. I didn't want to start a confrontation. I don't even fucking order these things, and I know that. I didn't want to start a confrontation because she was already being rude, so I simply asked for a paper bag, placing it next to the sink when I got wet, and I had to get my friend out of there because she was upset enough to go off. We stayed calm and kind, but we didn't receive that same respect back. 1 star. All right, Leanna. Just want to let you know, there's 2 sizes for ice mochas, or ice blendeds. A regular and a large. So, fun fact of the day, Robert. You can't get a small. They don't fucking have them.
Wow.
That's it. You got 2 options. Regular, which is Robert sized, right here. That's regular, or a big boy. It's up to you. Fucking bitch. Fuck you, whore.
Well, I'm curious about positive. I want to hear something positive, man, about these Coffee Bean places.
You got it. Ice blendeds. I guarantee. Ice blendeds, man. Come on, bro. Ice blendeds. All right, here we go. So, Robert, you want to take a crack at these?
Sure.
All right, so let's start off with the first one. Winnie H. Yeah.
All right.
It's racist.
Winnie H., Orange County, California.
Who is that?
Winnie H. My favorite coffee place. Definitely 5 stars for sure. Friendly staff and quick service. I was able to get my ice blended cookies and cream freeze within a few minutes of ordering.
I saw that on the menu. It looks so good.
Which the cream freeze?
Cookies and cream freeze.
Wow.
Or cookies and cream ice blended.
So there's cream and cookies in there.
And
the
cum.
drink. And
Yeah.
cum. Wow, man, that sounds good. It was delicious and it had a smooth taste.
I wonder if they put blood in there for Ellen.
Probably for the blood orgies, yes. I really wish corporate would bring back their dark forest ice blended. That's my ultimate favorite one. Cherries with chocolate espresso beans blended all together. Ugh. Please bring it back. Now that actually has piqued my interest.
Dude, you know what's really good there?
What's that?
They have a coconut one that's just out of control. But they haven't brought it back yet. It's like a summer thing.
Dude, that dark forest one sounds fucking good.
Seasonal shit, bro.
Okay. Here we go. KDW from Panorama City, Los Angeles, California. 5 stars. I always enjoy coming to the Coffee Bean. The staff is very friendly, location is clean, and the COVID procedures put in place make me feel safe.
Well, you better. I'm gonna tell you what. COVID's a lie, and a joke, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Joe Biden, he started this whole thing.
Oh, dude, I know, man.
Fuck Fauci.
Yeah, fuck Fauci, man. No, okay, here we go. This is from Let's Go Brandon, 8069 420. No, Peter X, he's an elite from Los Angeles, California. My girlfriend and I stopped by here today since we were in the Burbank area enjoying the nice sunny weather after the rain. The fuck? Was that for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
When was that?
Yeah.
She loves Coffee Bean, and it's so hard to find now near our place due to COVID and the mall limitation. This is from January of 2021, by the way. What was it? But the location Burbank was always the saver for her. When we got to the place, we were able just to walk up to the counter and put in the order. She loves their mocha latte. We actually had our first date at a Coffee Bean but the one in Northridge. It didn't take long for the drink to be ready since there's no other orders pending. Finding parking here was probably the most difficult part. Due to COVID, more spots are available than before, but we usually park at the police station down the street since it's easier to get out and not as compact. It always gives you the opportunity to get some steps and explore the lovely city of Burbank.
Is this what the fuck are they? They're talking about parking.
Yeah. I guess.
I mean, what the fuck?
We did have to park in a funny spot. We were
No,
next to.
kinda.
But it wasn't. We got
just
parked
right around the corner.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a fuck about the parking?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Oh
guess
man,
that's a big-
this coffee bean's so great. The parking, give me a fucking break.
Yeah, I never
Like,
hear that when
fuck
someone
off.
raves about a spot. You're never like the parking killer.
Unless it's like, unless there's like some kind of thing where you have to pay to park in a lot, like it's like a valet parking lot or something. Like I could understand like being like, by the way, the only parking is paid parking and blah blah blah. But
Wow.
we
Oh,
parked
dude.
in the police station parking lot.
Yeah.
Fuck
I
off.
don't know. Okay, so this one, this is from, it's from November 19th, 2019.
Oh shit.
From Vazgen K from Burbank, California. Paul is a very skilled barista who intuitively knows how to make the perfect drink. I just ordered a holiday peppermint mocha. I was blown away about how everything tasted so perfectly, from the right temperature to just perfect sweetness that's not too overpowering. Plus, he has a down-to-earth demeanor that welcomes every walks of life, and he gets